Hello, Leos. This is your horoscope for April 2013. Especially if your ascendant is in Leo, it can be very correct. And to a lesser degree, the sun or the moon in Leo will also feel it. And if you want to know what your ascendant sign is, you need to know your exact time of birth, or within 10-15 minutes at least. And you can go to my birth chart calculator and listen to the prediction for your ascendant sign as well, not only the sun like most people do. So what happens if your ascendant and to less degree sun or moon is in Leo? Well, this month, starting from the middle of March and continuing to a big part of April, your ninth house is activated, which is a very, let's say, the luckiest, happiest house in astrology. And I'm not saying you're going to be the luckiest you've ever been, but it will increase to a certain extent. You know, those planets activate your ninth house once or twice a year, you know, so it's not such a big thing, but this is one part of the year when you start feeling the life flowing into you, the juices of life, your life awakening. Physically you feel better, and mostly spiritually you feel better. You feel more inspired, you feel more connected. Ninth house is the house of light, is the house of connection to God. So you, even if you're not someone who believes in God, and even if you're not a very spiritual person, you just somehow feel more connected to the flow of life. Maybe the spring will awaken you a bit more, you know. And ninth house is it's the Dharma house. The Dharma houses are those. Dharma means who you're supposed to be. Everyone before it's incarnated, every soul has a path that is like a map that they should follow, and if they follow their map, they feel happy and they feel fulfilled. If they veer off the map, things start getting more difficult, they start feeling out of sorts, you know. And when planets activate your Dharma houses, these are little opportunities of the universe kind of trying to point you in the right direction of what your path is supposed to be. If you are, you know, if you're a cook and actually this is not who you're meant to be, you might get an inspiration now to become a singer or whatever, you know, you can take anything. So right now the inspirations that come to you will be can be quite insightful. So mark them down, listen to those things. People might come. Ninth house is the house of the teacher, so people might come in your life more in the active role of a teacher. It might be even your child, or it might be a real teacher, or it might be a guru, it might be something you listen on YouTube, or it might be something you hear on TV, or something you read in the newspaper which inspires you to strive for better, to become who you truly are, and can direct you, give you some kind of what's it called? Like insight into the right path for you in your life. So it's great time right now also to basically look forward into the future, to put down your goals, because ninth house rules the things that we strive towards, the things that ninth house is the house of Sagittarius, and the Sagittarius sign is like an arrow pointed into the future. So it's the sign of goals, you know. It's the house of goals, of meaning, and you have meaning when you have goals to follow. So right now for you might appear something that becomes a long-term goal for you, or something which inspires you, it brings meaning into your life, or it can be even one sentence that you read which puts light and inspiration into your life, somehow put things into perspective. If you, for instance, been suffering with an illness or unhappiness in, you know, and marriage or something, and you hear something and it makes sense to you, and it makes you feel okay with where you're on your path, you know, it makes you feel, yes, things are right, I'm where I'm supposed to be. And as I say, that's why it's the house of luck, because when you're in the flow, when you are following your intuitions, when you are following your destiny, you know, this is when you feel lucky. This is when you become lucky. You're not lucky when you're trying to do things which are not supposed to be for you, when you don't know who you are, when you don't know what you're supposed to be. So you can get insight, self-knowledge about your true nature, about your spiritual nature, about your goals in life, about your plans for the future. And also, when planets activate the ninth house, and these are masculine planets, so they'll help you be more active. Not only will you get clarity to some extent about, you know, the future, but you, and the meaning of your life and the purpose of your life, but you also will be much more willing to be active and to make things happen about this during this month. Maybe some of you feel it in March, maybe some of you will feel it for a few days in April. It might be just 1 second that you see something or read something, but the universe is sending you signals now, and you're more open to seeing them, because ninth house is the house of the higher mind. If usually you're bogged down in the details of your everyday life, now all of a sudden you have a chance to elevate yourself above those details of everyday life and to see things from higher bird's perspective, and to see how the puzzles fit, to have some enlightenment in your mind, to have some self-knowledge, as we said. So it's a great time to learn things about yourself, to expand your mind. Some people become much more adventurous, willing, and open-minded. Ninth house opens your mind. And when you open your mind, you see things from a so much different perspective, which can make you feel better. If you've been stuck in a relationship that hurts, and someone gives you a different perspective on that relationship, all of a sudden all this pain that you're feeling for someone might disappear, So be open. There are positive opportunities. And these two masculine planets in the ninth house of higher education, you can be very proactive and busy with higher education, or you can be curious to learn new things and expand your mind, maybe philosophy, maybe literature that opens up your mind, spiritual help, self-help book, all these kind of things. Or just knowledgeable people coming into your life, trying to, like paternal figures, teacher figures, who are trying to direct you. And you'll feel more knowing within yourself as well. Now, let's see, more wise. And Mercury is transiting your 8th house till the middle of April, so big part of March and till the middle of April. 8th house is mutual finances, and Mercury is a manager, so you have a chance to sort out some mutual finances, or if you're working with other people's resources, possessions, or money, it can be quite business productive period. Or, you might do something with your partner, which is to better manage your finances together in some way. Let's see. And those of you who have their ascendant only, from 10 to 18 degrees Leo, just the ascendant now I'm talking, they're having Jupiter transit to the 7th house of relationships. So for those of you from 10 to 18 degrees Leo, you can have great positive experience with other people. Maybe you might meet someone new who fall in love with, or if something hasn't been going well in your relationship or marriage or business partnership, Jupiter can soothe it and heal it and improve it. Or you can have more business coming to you right now, because business is about interaction with other people. 7th house is other people, so that can be positive as well for this. 7th house is the house of outside influences, so good things will come to you from other people. So be open to what they bring for you. And it can improve your intimate sex life as well. 7th house is intimate partnerships. And you can meet even someone right now. And only those of you who are born from the 31st of July to about the 3rd of August, plus minus a day or two at most, or those who have their ascendant or moon at 8, 9, 10, and 11 degrees approximately, they have also Saturn transit. And I see that some of those also have Jupiter transit. So the good things of Jupiter will be a bit tempered by the blocking influence of Saturn, so they have to make more effort as well, but Jupiter will guarantee that it will come to them. But the Saturn influence tend to require that we work harder, that we're more self-disciplined, that we live in a bit more Spartan conditions towards or we impose on ourselves more Spartan conditions and more kind of strict attitude towards ourselves, so to push ourselves harder. And sometimes Saturn can make us doubt whether someone from outside comes and undermines our self-belief or self-consciousness, and makes us try even harder. Or sometimes it can put a person into a negative state that, it's nothing going to happen, it's not going to work, I'm feeling down. But Saturn transits are rare. They're like once in 7 years, or, much more rare. So despite all those beautiful positive influences happening, if you have those degrees that I said, or if you're born on those days, you might be having it a bit more harder and a bit more demanding. And Saturn demands that you put hard work, that you're loyal to what you want to do. And if you're not loyal to the thing that you're trying to do, it's usually taken away from you. It's usually just doesn't happen. It just falls apart somehow, or it's blocked in some way, or the positive results are delayed of that. But don't worry, it will pass away as well, and you'll be just come out stronger and more self-disciplined and more realistic and more mature out of it. This is what Saturn requires from us. Thank you.